My name is Prita Kumar. So today I'm here to talk about the interpersonal skill. So first we are going to see the definition of the interpersonal skill. So the interpersonal skill are the skill we use every day when we communicate and interface with other people. So both individual and in groups. They include a range of a skill, but particularly communication skills such as listening and effective speaking. So they also include the ability to control and manage your emotion. And then it also know to say the interpersonal skill are foundation for success in life. People with strong interpersonal skill tend to be able to work well with people, including with team or groups, formally and informally. They communicate effectively with others, whether with family, friends, colleagues, customer and client. They also have a better relationship at home and work. By your improving your interpersonal skill, you can also awareness of how you interface with other and participate your skills. Importance of the interpersonal skill. So the importance of the interpersonal skill for communicate, for working with groups and individual in your personal and professional life. So people with a strong interpersonal skill tend to build a good relationship and can work with others. So they understand family, friends, work with client and all. So people often enjoy working with the colleagues who have good interpersonal skill. Other benefit of interpersonal skill include the ability to solve problem and make good decision. You can also interpersonal communicate skill with the ability of understand others to come and to the best solution, to give you a best solution, to make the best decision for everyone involved. Many employees try to hire staff with strong interpersonal skills because this individual of working to team collaborates with the colleagues effectively. People with interpersonal skill also tend to make leaders because their ability to communicate with others and motivate those around them. So like problem solving, trust, company culture, also the personal relationship. You see the type of communication. So there are several different ways we share information with another one. So for example, you may use a verbal communication when sharing a presentation with group. You may use the written communication when applying for a job, for job vacancies, sending an email. So the first one is verbal. Verbal communication is the use of language to transfer information through speaking or sign language. So it is one of the most common types, often using during the presentation, video conference or any phone calls. It can helpful to support verbal communication with both like non-verbal and written communication. Use a strong, confident speaking voice, especially when you're presenting information to a few groups of people. Be sure to use a strong voice so that everyone can easily hear you. Be confident when you're speaking so that your ideas are clear and easy for others to understand. Non-verbal. Non-verbal communication is to use of body language and facial expression to convey information to others. It can be used intelligent of for the example, you may smile when you hear pleasing of enjoyable idea or piece of information. So non-verbal communication is helpful when you're trying to understand others' thought and feeling. If they are displaying closed, so body language such as a cross, arms, their hunched shoulders, and might be feeling it and then angry and nervous. So if they are dispel on, so body language with both feet and the floor, arms and head, they are like feeling positive and to open information. So here's the few steps you can develop your non-verbal communication skill. So the first is notify how you're emotional or physical throughout the day. So as you have experienced a range of emotional, like try to identify where you are feel the emotional within your body. For example, if you are feeling nervous, you may notice the stomach's feeling like that. So developing self-awareness around how your emotional affect your body can give you great mastery over your external presentation. We have a written communication. So like a written communication that it act like writing. So typing or printing like symbol like a letter, numbers convey information. So it will be helpful. It provides record information for reference. So writing is commonly used to share information toward book, pamphlet, blogs, letter, memos or more. So email and chat are common from the written communication in the workplace. So like don't ready to earn. So because you don't have an verbal non-verbal communication, be careful when you are trying to communicate and certain tone there when you're writing. For example, attempting to communicate a joke, scram or like whatever. So to keep your writing as a simple, plain and possible, and how you are following with the verbal communication where you can more personality. Communication, one of the important personal skill like job communication. Whether you work in IT, customer service, contribution or any other industry, you will need to be able to communicate clearly and effectively with others through both are oral written communication. Some jobs are equally skilled like effective public speaking, like conflicts management, wherever you are manager on an employee, you will likely need to resolve like conflict at the some points on your job, like solving an issue between two staff members, between yourself of colleagues. Also we have empathy. So part of the being of good manager, employee or colleagues, so ability to understand and show empathy for others. Also empathy is an important skill that will help you to get along with everyone in workplace, like caring, helping others, kindness, respect, sympathy, sensitive. Also we see the leadership. So even you are not manager, it's important to have some leadership explain on the ability. So like a leadership require like being motivate with the colleagues or other, help a team achieve like success, like management, mentoring, motivation, inspiring trust, like that. And then listening is a skill that goes hand in hand with the good communication. While you need to be able to express your own ideas, you also need listen to the ideas of others. This will help client, employee, colleagues and employee feel respect and value, like focus, inquiry, active listening. Also, we have negotiation. Negotiation is an important skill for many positions. Depending on the specific job, it might involve like creating formal arguments between client or helping colleagues solve a problem and determine a solution. To be you to have able to listen to others, use the creative problem solving like research, something else like that. And then we have a positive attitude. Employee wants to have employee to make a officer brighter place, so they want people with a friendly, positive. Also, that doesn't mean you have to be the most social person in the office, but you have to willing to develop some soft of positive reports with your colleagues, like a behavior skill, developing rapport and friendliness. Also, networking social skills. And the last one, we have a teamwork. So even if your job involves a lot of independent work, you still need to able to collaborate with others. Like a teamwork involve a number of skill already mentioned. Like you need to be able to listen others, like communicate your own goals, motivate your team, and resolve like a conflict that may arise, like collaboration, group facilitating, team building, and teamwork. See the characteristic. So we can communicate a lot of things throughout our life, but research who study communicate have a independent few common characteristic. For one, interpersonal communication involve like independent individual. This may seem behavior like you really what this mean that each person has their own motivation, expectation, and interpersonal of communication. The offer fundamental characteristic of the interpersonal communication is that it is like a ration. In short, it means like understood. Whenever you communicate, however we communicate, because the international intelligent being of the expression and communicating of the thought of the feeling. And when you communicate, we do because we expect something to communicate. Also, see how interpersonal communication can quickly become an interesting file of study beyond of the fact of the human communication is. So what this mean is that about is like always communicating, always presenting information about yourself and interpreting information from other people. By saying something, you are communicating, but by refusing by to say something, like you also communicate something like communicate like concern, but also involve personal choice, like that a fundamental characteristic of interpersonal skill of communication. The effect and others. So interpersonal communication is all about the exchange of the thought and idea between individual using the variety of method, like including the words, tonal variation, facial expression, body language, all that is called that. So interpersonal communication and the skill are related with others, are like important for individual, but they happen to be at the core of the success of organization. When interpersonal communication in the workplace effective, like it makes operation for teamwork not only the possible but also easier. The also ability of the key function to business to cooperate, more direct foundation to ability of the people to carry those function to communicate effectively with the others. So this includes such as a function has the resolution of conflicts, sales and management. So the importance of the interpersonal communication organized cannot be overstated. We have the role of communication in skill, like ultimate sales cannot occur with communication. So and there is a maxim to be a respected in the respect. If communication can fail, then sales can fail. Another important points to remember is that is a message of memory enough to be appointed understood, so in multiple ways. It is most like it will be like understood with the harmful way. Also we have the effect of the training. While the employee coming into the organizer are expected to have a certain minimum level of training as evidenced by their academic qualification, they still have to undergo significant training while in the organization order to be active with the company, especially company certain like skill, organize the culture the company. And we also have a good interpersonal communication skill. These are like a need to have a interpersonal communication skill if they're going to do their job as well. So they need to able to pass the right skill to the employee that will be enable them to perform to technical task, need to perform to the achievement business goals as a way, like then the soft skills necessary for them to provide to do their work at the organization. And the last one is the effect of conflict resolution. So the conflict is a normal at the workplace, and the fact that employee was always be able to resolve conflicts in the most amicable like time manner. And when the conflicts of this natural arise, like interpersonal communication can move to rescue. Okay, with the interpersonal communication skill, the employee will be able to harness their ability to communicate with each other to arrive at the amicable resolution of the conflict. So conflicts management cannot happen without like effective interpersonal communication. In fact, all the conflicts management strategy that used to communicate to different situation in stressful environment are not possible without interpersonal communication. So the conclusion of the interpersonal skill is extremely important for both interval like as they help the people make progress in life. Effective communication from the basic of the everything in life to be a business of personal relationship. Thank you so much.